Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. Hope everyone's having a good new year thus far. Today's video is going to be going over my preparation for the 2021 garden season. I want to talk to you guys about some things that I learned out of these books right here. Also show you my little grow space, things I've created downstairs in my little basement. Kansas City, Missouri, smack dab in the United States, Zone 6. Okay, so some of the things that I've learned in 2020, some of the things I've learned out of these books that I've been reading about gardening is organic matter. Now prior to reading these books, I had no concept about organic matter. Even the videos I would watch on YouTube, you know, I watch the illustrious, the famous people like Gary Pillarchick, or he's probably my favorite one, or James Prigioni, and there's a couple more people, but some things that I've missed out of their videos, or the things that maybe it just went over my head, is number one thing is organic matter. I was just mixing things, hoping that it would work, and not really understanding or knowing why I would add these things to my soil. I would see certain things people would add to their soil, and I would add it to my soil and think it would work because it worked for them on camera, so it should work for me. Doesn't work like that, folks. So through studying, trying to better myself in the garden world, I came to know a little bit more about organic soil, or organic matter, sorry, and how it affects my soil. Another thing that I learned is about pH, and pH standing for potential hydrogen. But I learned a little bit about pH and how it affects the plants, how it affects certain nutrients that's going to be available to the plants, how to lower the pH and how to raise the pH. I knew nothing about that in 2020. If you go back to my other videos, my 2020 potato harvest, I had a really good sweet potato harvest. Actually, it was the best one I've ever had, but I still didn't have a concept of pH and things I should add that sweet potatoes as a vegetable that they like. So although I did have a good sweet potato harvest, I mean, I've also done good with other greens such as mustard greens. I did good with those. I did good with kale. I did good with, you know, I had a little salad mix. I even did good with onions. I got a lot of onions, but I still didn't have a concept of what I was doing, and basically just how to be effective on purpose. So 2020, the fourth quarter of 2020, I spent studying hard, you know, from these books back here, really diving deep inside of garden videos on YouTube. Like I said, I was watching things like the M.I. Gardener, Gary Pillarchick, James Prigioni, and the list goes on. Some other things that I'm going to be implementing in the 2021 garden season is pest control. Now, when I say pest control, I'm not talking about, you know, bugs and all those things, because I'm still going to be using things like neem oil. I want to use things that are not so poisonous. I mean, sometimes I might have to use Sevin Dust because we have a grasshopper. In the summertime, the grasshoppers go crazy, and they just show up out of nowhere, and it's like something out of the Bible. They just eat everything. So for things like that, I might have to use a little Sevin Dust. If I can find something different and effective, just as effective as Sevin Dust, then I might give it a try. But I'm talking about rodents. So raccoons, groundhogs, squirrels. Squirrels are not so much a problem for me. They just like to dig holes in the garden. But groundhogs, for sure, gave me the biggest problem I've ever dealt with last year. I believe I've spent over $100. I went to my local nursery and I spent over $100 on plants, and within a week the groundhogs wiped them out completely. Was I upset? Yeah, I was actually pissed. But me trying to be a good human, being humanitarian to animals, I tried to have a heart cage, and those did work. I caught a lot of groundhogs. If I remember, I caught one possum. I've caught 2 freakishly ginormous raccoons, and I caught 7 groundhogs. And I relocated them to a different area so they can live in peace in the woods, whatever. But the groundhogs, they still kept coming back, and they still kept eating my plants. They even ate, I was growing a mammoth sunflower, $20 plant, and it was gone in a day. The same day I bought it was the same day it was gone. So I don't care about the groundhogs, and I'm sorry for the animal lovers that love animals. I'm not an animal hater. I just love my garden more. So for the groundhogs, I do have a BB gun. This is a Crosman F4. I've been practicing day one since I got it. I've had it for a couple months. It's already zeroed out. Got practice with it, and I'm just not taking no more BS for groundhogs. Again, I love animals, but I love my garden more. Yeah, so learn how to lower pH with aluminum sulfate. I know I already went over about lowering pH and raising pH, but I'm just trying to show you guys what I've learned as far as like pH and organic matter. But aluminum sulfate to lower the pH, agricultural lime to raise the pH. I even learned about, try not to get this everywhere, I even learned about wood ash, using wood ash to raise the pH. Now, for me, I wouldn't say for me, well, I just say for any person that's looking to be cost efficient and not spend a lot of money on agricultural lime, like your garden might be bigger than mine, wood ash could be a good alternative. And I'm sure there's other resources you can use to raise and lower the pH. So if you guys do know those resources, comment below, so not only do you help me out, you help everyone else out that's watching this video and want to be an inspired gardener like myself. Some of my plants in the background, Christmas cactus, my bamboo tree. I got this for my birthday last year. Was it my birthday? No, it was for Father's Day. I got it for Father's Day. And this is I forget the name of this plant, but this is my mother-in-law. She passed last year, and this was one of her plants in her house. So I took it in, and I call this my mother-in-law. So this is my baby. This is my favorite plant as of right now. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and jump inside the actual video and show you guys what I'm doing, what's going on downstairs in the grow room, and I want to show you guys the layout of the garden. So without further ado, let's go. Alright guys, so welcome to my basement. This is where I keep all of my plants, or all the plants that were from outside. This is where everything happens. So I know there's not a lot of light down here. I'm gonna have to buy one of those things that the pro YouTubers use where it radiates light and you guys can see everything perfectly and beautifully. But as of right now, this is the only thing I got. So I'm just gonna give you a quick tour of what's going on down here. I got a grow box right here. I got my rubber plant. I gotta repot this thing and give it some different and better soil. You guys see the roots down there on the rim of the pot? They're just circling around the pot. They need it needs more soil. Even the roots are coming out the bottom. But I'm gonna replant this. I need to take this off right here. Yeah. My dragon plant, ponytail palm, ZZ plant, money tree. And this plant right here, actually, this plant was big and poofy. I got this from my neighbor. She was throwing plants out, and I actually gave her a care package one time. So last year, in late summer, I gave her, a full bucket of sweet potatoes, some mint, basil, some onions, and some tomatoes. And, just out of kindness of my heart, I just gave it to her, and she came back and said, "Here, you can have this plant right here." And I was like, I can't turn down any house plant. So this thing had foliage everywhere. I mean, it was monstrous, but I cut it down. I cut it back to make it look, a little bit less full, if that makes sense. You see some of the, you see where I made some cuts down here, like right here and right there. See some more spots. Some more spots in there. You can see right here, and it's just coming back. Like this thing is crazy. So all these little stems down here are gonna be potentially one of these big sturdy stems right here. I don't know the name of this plant, but this was outside and I cut it back because it had a bunch of dead foliage on it. I think there's some little bit of dead foliage on it at the bottom, but it's coming back and it's doing lovely. It's actually like in the little sunlight that I get down here. I got to get some more light down here because, I have the grow light. This is not a grow light. This is a typical light bulb. I don't know the wattage or anything like that. But then I bought this light right here for my vendor credit for my business. Also bought this rack from Uline, also for my business credit. And I did have what is that, washing powder or washing liquid, things for the laundry on top of it, but I wanted to make better use of it. Here's my grow box down here. The grow box I've had that served me for literally for five years. I grew this thing. This is what I used when I first started gardening, the lab. So instead of calling this box the lab, this box will always be the lab. So right now I'm in the lab. So I'm gonna just start calling this the lab. Got my philodendron plants. You can see some of the roots right here growing. I think they like it with this lighting here. See if I can get some of those roots in there. Look at those roots. Took me a while to get these things to get going, but I think I'm gonna take them out here pretty soon because I don't think they don't like staying in the water for too long. See, that one just fell out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one out. You see, the lighting is very poor down here, and it shows. My little plastic container right here, things that I'm growing inside to get ready for the garden season. And guys, I am super excited. For the garden season because I worked hard. I've studied. I've kind of enlightened myself on some things I didn't know. So I'm very eager. I'm very enthused to see what's going to happen this 2021 garden season. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Just kind of show you guys what I got going. All right, so all these are seed starter mix. So I'm gonna just go over the ones that I had to transplant. These right here are all Cherokee purple tomatoes. Every last one of them besides, let me see. All of them besides the one in the back. The one in the back is actually a Brussels sprout. I've never grown Brussels sprout, or I've never done good with Brussels sprout because of my ignorance. Let's just say that, my ignorance. But now I got this whole row right here. This is all Brussels sprouts. These are all my Brussels sprouts. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this one back here is also a Brussels sprout. So that makes 8. So I have 8 Brussels sprout plants. I don't expect all these things to make it, but I just need enough to where I don't have to go buy any. This row right here, So not including that one, but this one is a red Russian kale. This is also a red Russian kale, and I have some more red Russian kale seeds and some seed starter mix right here. The seeds were completely old, so I just at least threw like 6 or 7 seeds in each cell just to increase the germination rate. I don't know if any is gonna germinate, but hopefully they do. So we got some red Russian kale in this cell right here, and in this one right here, all the way back. We got some kale lacinato. Again, these seeds were all old, so I threw 6 to 7, maybe 8 seeds in each cell to increase the germination rate. The one next to it right here, we got some cabbage. Now these seeds are new, so I'm expecting these seeds to actually come up at a good germination rate. The next one, this one next to it, we got some it's a rainbow variety of tomatoes. So the little ball tomatoes, I don't know what the name is called, but it's a variety of the yellow or the red, the purple. I think there was a green kind on there. I'm not for certain, but I'm pretty sure there was a green kind on there. And the last one right here is bell peppers. I used some of the old bell pepper seeds that I have, and including a new package that I bought from Lowe's. Yeah, so I put it in here, so I'm expecting a good germination rate from that as well. Let's go ahead and take you guys. Look at him, just chilling, loving this window right here. Oh, this is another plant I got from the lady across the street. She threw this out. I don't know what kind of cactus plant this is, but maybe I should organize my plants the next time I make a garden video, because I got a cactus plant right here. I got some aloe vera plants. I thought they were gonna die outside, but I brought them in, put them in some different soil. No, this soil is not the best. Another thing that I'm doing with my soil, I'm just playing around how to make indoor soil for my plants. And I don't know if I'm doing a good job. Well, the aloe vera was pretty much dying outside. You can see some new growth right here, and this is also new growth. These guys are showing signs of new growth as well. So I'm gonna just keep my eyes on them and see what happens. My ponytail palm is not so happy. You see, I'm just gonna have to play with this and keep playing with the soil, or I might just go buy some potting mix for flowers and stuff like that, and do it like that, test the pH and set it straight. But you can see some of the leaves are browning on the bottom. The actual plant looks kind of like crinkled, like an old person. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out though. A pepper plant that I was trying to overwinter, and this thing has definitely haven't spread a single leaf or any foliage. You can see the stem right here, how it's browning. I think it's dying a little bit, so I'm gonna probably try to cut this off. Dying at the bottom right there. I had this thing downstairs, and it's super cold downstairs. I don't actually have like a grow tent downstairs, so this thing, when I watered it, when I first brought it in, the soil hasn't got a chance to die out, the soil hasn't got a chance to dry out, so it's kind of been moist since the time I brought it in like September. I believe it's probably experienced some root rot. So what I'm gonna try to do is take it out of here and just put it in some dry soil. I got some collard seeds, some very old collard seeds I threw in here. I threw a lot of seeds in here, and I believe only one germinated, which is fine. So I'm gonna go out and go buy some more seeds. This right there, I believe that's a tomato plant. I don't know what kind. I took the stickers off because I thought all the seeds were gonna die, and it didn't. So only one made it. Actually, this is a chocolate cherry. This is a chocolate cherry, a tomato plant. Good thing I remember that. I got some bell peppers growing in here. I had these downstairs, and I don't think in my basement it's a really good growing environment since it's so cold and it doesn't produce a lot of heat down there. So I'm gonna have to figure something out to try to keep my plants. Guys, so welcome to the backyard. Show you guys what's going on back here. So if you guys remember last year, I had my roof stout method right here with my potatoes, which was an epic fail because back here, the sunlight, when the foliage hits the trees and it starts growing on the trees, the sunlight is decreased a little bit. So when I had the roof stout right here, the hay was just moist, never had a chance to dry out. So I believe the potatoes got root rot. So anyway, if you guys remember, there's a green gate around this right here, and I had to open up the gate to get inside. So I did a little experiment. I did something to make it a little bit more easier and convenient to get inside the garden. I had hay, and look at this, stupid cats. But I'll get to that in a second. But I think this whole thing, when I had the green gate around it, it was just hay, black cow manure, peat moss, a different what was it? Cow manure and compost, a bag I got at Lowe's or Walmart, I do believe. And I mixed them all in, or actually I let that sit for at least a year, and it all broke down to a fine powder, fine chocolate cake like this. So whenever that broke down, I added some more amendments. I added some more compost. There's a place called, if you guys are from Kansas City, Missouri, you guys know what Missouri Organic is. They supply compost. They supply things like wood chips, sand, and other organic material to add to your garden or whatever else you're going to use it for. Went to the store and added some more organic material. This is the cow and manure and compost that I was talking about that I added to my the bed when I had the green gate on the garden. Okay, so my goal was to add 3 different kinds of compost and 3 different kinds of manure so I can have an adequate amount of organic material. Do I know if that's enough or too much organic material? No, but I heard that you can never have too much organic material, but also heard otherwise. So just trial and error, and I'll figure it out. But I got cow manure and compost. I got some black cow, and I got some mushroom compost. I heard this stuff is really good. And I also got the compost from the Missouri Organic. So we got cow manure, black cow, goat manure from Amazon. I don't know if that's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. 16 pounds of sheep manure off of Amazon. It smells like poop, so. But I heard goat manure works a little bit. I don't know if it works better, but I heard it's more readily available for the plants opposed to cow manure and horse manure. So I got the goat, the cow manure, and the black cow. Those are my 3 forms of manure, and there's compost in that. There's mushroom compost, and the compost I got from the place that supplies compost and other organic materials. Some things I'm going to be trying this year in the garden. I'm not going to shoot the squirrels. The squirrels, I don't have any beef with the squirrels. I just don't like when they come dig up holes in the garden. And they dig a lot of holes back here, and we have like a forest of squirrels everywhere. So you guys see this poop right here? Those are from the cats, the neighborhood cats. What I plan to do is I plan to put like a 5-gallon bucket here and there around the garden and put catnip in the garden. So instead of trying to shoot all the cats out of the garden and keep them from pooping, I'm going to use them and their natural instincts to chase the squirrels out of the garden. You guys let me know in the comments below, has that actually worked for anybody? Have you guys even tried that? Let me know so I can keep these animals out of my garden. Right here I have my blueberry plant. I just got this last month. I forget, it's a bare root, I forget the name, but it's a bare root blueberry plant. And you can see that it's kind of green. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me try to zoom in. So you guys can see that it's still green. This means it's alive. Yes, I didn't kill it. Here's my blackberry plant right here. Here's my blackberry plant right here. And yeah, I know some of you guys are probably thinking, well, where's your primocanes at? Well, me being stupid and being not educated, when I got this plant, or last year when I was cleaning everything up and making this plot the way it is, I actually cut all of my primocanes off, not knowing what the hell I was doing. I was just trying to prune it to make it to make something, or make the stems grow back next year. I knew it wasn't gonna die, but I was just pruning it to make some stems grow back. But I cut all the primocanes off like a dumbass, and now I have to start over. I actually had 2 primocanes on here, and they were at least like 6 feet long, and I cut them off. And when I found out what I did, I was I was pissed. This right here, this is I cut this. This is one of the primocanes. So in my desperate attempt to get it to grow back, I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, it's kind of green down here, but it was also green up here, but it just looks like it's gonna die. It's not gonna make it. So I guess I'll just have to wait an extra 2 years to get some blackberries, which is okay. Yellow collards in here, they're about to be done. They're about to die. It's too cold outside. You see the snow on the ground, so I know those plants are frost tolerant, but it's just way too cold, and it's just time for them to go. I'm gonna just let them go on their own time. This is another bed I've added a bunch of organic matter to, some compost, or some biodegradables as well. A lot of compost, biodegradables, goat manure in here. Yeah, but since I've learned a lot about organic material, I've been adding a lot of organic material to the garden space. I placed a little bit of mint down. I didn't know mint was so prolific. Like, the mint doesn't want to die. Like, it's so cold outside, and I've put compost, I put leaves down, and it just grows right through the leaves. Literally right through the leaves. See that? Yeah. So another side, a lot of organic material, a lot of goat manure. I'm gonna come back during the maybe when it's not so cold outside, and add some more cow manure and some mushroom compost to this side and that side over there. Look. That's probably the cat that pooped in my garden. Well, shoot, guys, that's all I got for today. I'm going to keep you guys posted. I'm going to keep you guys updated. Like I said, I want my channel to grow. So if you like this video, please comment, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. Constructive criticism, things I can try for the 2021 garden season. Anything to help this channel get up and grow as well as the garden. So you guys have a happy new year, and you guys take care. Peace.